Mike, you want me to open us up, or what do y'all
Well, what happens now? Do you go back to the stuff you were doing preseason to get ready for Georgia when Cole was the starter? Is that how it's going to work?
Well, you know, it was. Let's kind of go back just a second, and you know, prior to Deshaun coming in and basically taking the job at Florida State, it really wasn't anything that how Cole had really played. It was more so how Deshaun had performed during that time, which we all saw, and we all saw kind of a different look, obviously. You know, there was a lot of things that we were beginning to really open up and really be able to do and to exploit his talents. And as we game planned for that last week, we knew we were going against a really, really quality opponent. You know, there was a lot of stuff in there that we were unable to get to. Not because Cole, you know, wasn't prepared for it. It was just more so the fact that that's how we had game plan going in for Deshaun, and to be able to lose him on the second or third series of the game was it took a little adjusting and trying to get the things back. You know, considering Cole hadn't practiced any last week, that was so. Going back to your original question, we're going to go back to some of the things that we did. I mean, we've got to go back and we've got to get better at a lot of things, and build on that. And you know, there's some things that we'll be limited with, but there's also be some things that we'll be able to do with Cole as we keep moving forward. So yes, I mean there's some things that'll change.
Will he be full go this week?
He's scheduled to practice. Obviously, we hadn't worked out today. He is. I was told this morning he's scheduled to practice, and so hopefully that'll be the case. I mean, he definitely needs to practice.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably, I don't know, a unique, kind of a unique situation. But we all saw what Deshaun could do, and as you said, open things up. Do you now, personally, as a coach, have to scale down your expectations of what you thought this offense was going to do over the next month?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to hamstring ourselves for that at all. I'm not. You know, he's you know, Cole is like you know, even Nick Schuessler. I mean, these guys are on scholarship for a reason. You know, are there some things that we've got to be smart in how we handle and how we do, and maybe game plan a little different for some more than others? Then probably so, yes. And that's but you know, my expectations for our offense is to be one of the most explosive offenses in the country, and we've shown to be that over the last 3.5 years that I've been here, and you know, and we have shown that portion of the season this year, and obviously disappointed in the inability to put the ball in the end zone last week. Thought we missed some chances early that really couldn't get anybody in a rhythm. It was disappointing our inability to capitalize on short yardage, and so again, those are some things that we've got to go back and we've got to reevaluate and get better with. I mean, there's no, let's just say it as it is. We got to get better at it. And but I will say this before we lead on any more on this is we played 5 offensive linemen, and you know, they weren't perfect, but they played a whole lot better than what probably people think they played. Matter of fact, as a collective group, might be one of the better games they've played as a collective group. And so, you know, I thought David Beasley played his best game. I thought Ryan Norton played his best game, and that was definitely a positive to see. So we're going to build on that. We're going to build on the last drive. We're going to build on the fact that when we did get into a rhythm and we were able to play with some tempo, we saw what happened. the 12-play drive at the end of the game was huge. And the fact it burned off the clock, obviously, wish we could have got in the end zone. But again, those are things we got to work on and get better at. But you know, we're limited in some areas, we're thin in some areas, and you know.